Good evening. My name is Mudiaga Iyomi. I'm a student of Quantic School of Business and Technology. I am a member of the cohorts EMBA class June 2024. I'm here this evening to present my individual projects on leading organizations. Before I go ahead, I will quickly just share my identification here. So this is my international passport, showing my name and my details. I don't know how clear it is, but then I'll also share here my driver's license from Nigeria. So this is my driver's license, showing my name and my details as well. So with that having been done, I'll quickly go ahead to share the presentation now so that we can get right ahead. So my presentation is before you. For this particular project, we will be looking at a company known as Away Travel. The company has a trading name of JRSK Incorporated, was founded by two persons, Jen Rubio and Steph Curry, who had earlier worked together in another company in the past, known as the Eyewear Company, where they were both part of the early executive team. After working together for 2 years, they parted ways, but in 2015, they came back together again, basically to pull together their experience and prepared to launch Away Travel, a direct-to-consumer company that is focused on manufacturing and retailing innovative suitcase designs. Their product had several unique selling points, mainly the fact that they had things like the 360-degree rotating wheels built in for stability of the suitcase. They had a compartmentalized interior, okay, for orderly arrangement of different types of items. They had a built-in removable airline compliant battery charger, a TSA approved combination lock, and also, another very unique feature was that they had a 100-day trial period for the indecisive consumer. Lock smiled on them, and in just 12 months after they had first launched their product, the company brought in revenue to the tune of $12 million. However, even with this success, even with the appealing brand image that they had, and with the fact that the main product was structurally very sound, the internal organizational structure was not that sound. So we've been asked to review the case. We had 4 questions posed to us, and we're asked to choose one and work on that one. So I've chosen the question number 2. It has 3 parts, and I'm going to take them one after the other. So the first part of question number 2 was to diagnose Steph Curry's leadership style using examples from the case and theories of leadership. So looking at our theory of leadership, Steph Curry's leadership style as the CEO who was responsible for the day-to-day management of Away Travel was purely transactional. She exhibited transactional leadership style, a style that relies on rewards and corrective action to achieve organizational goals. She effectively applied the carrot and stick approach in leadership. CEO Steph Curry's power base is purely coercive, stemming from fear and threat of punishment to employees who do not follow her expectations. For example, she threatened to withdraw paid time off from some employees if certain targets were not achieved. And she also reprimanded employees who were scheduled for time off. She reprimanded them publicly on Slack, the internal communication platform of the organization, where everybody in the organization was present and could see whatever was being said one from the other. Basically, she reprimanded them and stated that if they choose to utilize their empowerment and leave their customers hanging, that they would have convinced her that the group do not embody the values of Away. So this was basically a carrot and stick approach to the employees. And worse still, it was always in front of everybody using the Slack platform. So some of the situations where she had publicly reprimanded or spoken to their staff in ways that were not very complimentary are part of what I'm displaying on the screen now. So that was a direct message from Steph Curry to employees on the Slack platform. She basically managed her employees by exception. In one instance, she actually referred to an account manager as brain dead using the Slack platform again. So this was not a very good way for her to refer to this person. And what was the reason? Just because a suitcase was accidentally sent to a customer without the initial of the customer being correctly or fully stenciled onto the tag. So these were examples of the way that Corey led this organization in a transactional manner. Now, the second part of the question was, what leadership style do I think was most appropriate for a company like Huawei? For me, the transformational leadership style was most appropriate, a style that motivates the employees or the followers to question the existing ways of doing things, to perform above expectations, and to drive innovation. And so this transformational leadership style has 4 big components, and one of them is the idealized influence, where the leader gains the trust and respect through personal charisma, which can be inherited or developed. The second component is the inspirational motivation, where the leader communicates the expectations and then inspires the staff to transcend their self-interest for the common good. The third one is the intellectual stimulation, where the leader assigns tasks without giving specific instructions, without micromanaging on how they can complete this task. This will enable the employees to engage in creative problem solving and allow them to work up to their full potentials. The fourth component is the individualized consideration, where the leader takes interest in and cares for each employee's individual needs, and in that way help them to bring out the very best in their activities. Now, this transformational leadership style was robustly highlighted in the case study when the replacement CEO, after Steph Curry had been asked to step down, when the replacement CEO, Jen Rubio, actually discussed her plans for turning the company culture around. And part of the things she put in place as how she would do this was to promote positive communications with team members, to focus on work-life balance, to encourage transparency. In order for her to achieve all of this, she offered to put in place a gender-neutral parental leave policy, a company-wide wellness days off, and a paid time off program for religious holidays. According to the acting CEO, Jen Rubio, she has adopted this particular step since she became the CEO by having regular check-ins with all her employees to talk about the direction of their brand, to talk about her vision, her values, and to give them the chance to offer feedback to her directly. And she said, according to her, that she made this a point of duty, never to skip any of this meeting, if there was really nothing to discuss at that time. Now, the third aspect, what impact did I think that transformational leadership style would have had on the company's success? For me, it would have had 4 big impacts. One, it would have developed a challenging and attractive vision in which the employees would have felt involved and important, would have been inspired to work tirelessly towards the vision of the organization. And with this, it would have boosted the morale of the employee and leads ultimately to increase productivity at the they used to act with time. And with this, the organization would have experienced small incremental positive impacts and growth over time in the performance of the entire organization. Now, the third way that it would have impacted the organization is confidence and amazing, which would have been as a full-fledged model who acts and displays the ideal traits and thereby give the team the confidence, the decisiveness, and the optimism to work towards and concentrate the organization. And the fourth way that they would have impacted on the organization, that transformational leadership would have impacted on the organization, is that it would have tied the vision of the organization to a strategy. Okay, and with this, employees would have been assiduously towards the objectives of the way travel. Now, in all of this, I have relied on references from leaders in the subject of leadership. Okay, as basically fully involved in the away situation from Dione, and of course, I have also relied a lot on the leading organization's Quantic Empire lecture notes, and also on the case studies that we have the opportunity to. Thank you very much.